Alright. Excuse me, I'm already sitting down. Hey y'alls, this is Erwin Y'all, also known as Sam Lambert. Today I want to talk to you about binaural beats, or at least, the tempo, and how different tempos, like say if I make myself count like da 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 da. Okay, the pitch of my voice is one thing, but I'm also feeling 432 hertz. Why? Because that's the rate. 4, 8, equivalent 432. 432 truly does feel like going home, doesn't it? Maybe in more ways than one. Alright. Now, I'm going to talk to you why tempo matters, and why you should be extremely careful watching time-compressed TV shows. Alright, now, doing tempo shifts of a song is one thing, because usually it's pretty consistent. And of course, that person could listen to the thing before they put it out to make sure it's fine and all that. But when you have a TV show, let's say, especially with like a TV show where people talking regular, and if you have people talking regular, then people may watch that and then habitually be like that, right? Like hearing a song and having somebody sound a certain way is one thing, but then when you have a TV show, like say Leave It to Beaver, and people are like regular, and you can probably easily, depending on how you are, easily habitually start talking not only in the pitch of that, but also the tempo. Alright. So, in the show, while the pitch may be completely intact as the original, the thing is that the tempo has been changed. Why? Time compression. And why is that? So they can fit in more advertisements. Okay, so how about this? Now what's happening is especially if you're paying attention to it, and oh boy, if you're paying attention to it, depending on how they shifted the tempo. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example here. Here's a way for you to identify if a tempo is making you feel a certain way. So let's say my pitch is going to be, I don't know if I'm going to be able to like remember and do this right, but let's say it's done, and I'm probably way off on that, 432 hertz tone. Okay, that's going to be my pitch. Now I'm going to have my tempo with that 432 hertz, so dun 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 dun, right? Or dun 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 dun. Okay, so what you're doing is that you're setting your pitch to be like the one thing, like it's the one thing what you're supposed to do is when you're doing the different tempos with that same pitch, is that you're supposed to look for something foreign, meaning that you're supposed to look for a feeling that you're feeling besides the 432 hertz in this case. Then when you find out what it is, and like say you do like some repeated tests, over and over to verify this, then you know what that tempo does, because it's, like I said, you're using the 432 hertz as your pitch, your home feeling. And then when you try these different tempos, you look for a foreign feelings, sorry. Good Lord. And that's how you would identify what that tempo is doing, what that, excuse me, what that tempo is making you feel. Alright, so how about this now? Let's say in the pitch of a show, someone during that time in the show, the emotion, the pitch in their voice is sad, but the tempo that they're talking at, now that it's been pitch shifted for more advertisement time, is at a rate that makes you feel like being violent, right? Another one could be the emotion of being happy, but the tempo could be horny. Yeah. So you see where I'm going with this. So, alright. How about this then? I don't know, I might have to pause this recording because I'm starting to brain fart here. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's... Okay, yeah, I know what I wanted to say. I'm sorry. Okay, now that you have that happening, now here's the thing with a TV show, there's so many varying different tempos that they talk at, right? Now, while in the original tempo, that might be all fine and dandy. Yes. However, when you change the tempo, and depending on how it is, you have a whole new slew of tempos now, obviously. But anyway, so what that means is not only could you end up with a tempo of violence or tempo of horny, but you could also have all these other ones, and remember how I told you about how like someone could feel sad and violent and so on and so forth. And then because we as humans have intellectual factors such as being able to use words, and since we can tag words with emotions, and emotions can also be tagged with tempo, then you see where I'm going with this, right? So I'm not saying there's anything necessarily wrong with the show by itself in its original pitch and tempo, but when you shift the tempo, oh boy, you better watch out. Oh fucking man. So, alright, and now let's get over to this point before I go. Now, let's say with all these different tempos, and depending on who pays attention and how, like say, you know how some people are more emotionally resonant with certain emotions, like if you're programmed to be more sad, then you're more likely to repeat stuff on that frequency. Okay. You know, and there's also like, okay, Kid A plays GTA and Kid B plays GTA. Kid A does fine, but Kid B doesn't do so fine. You know, there's how you are as a person or whatever you're programming or however that works. I'm not going to really try to go into the science of that right now. That's for a whole nother thing, but yeah. But it is a factor, I believe. I mean, it's gotta be, right? Alright, so then how about this then? Now you got all these different tempos. Let's say you're at a bar or at a restaurant and they're having the sound on. Now you could willingly choose to tune in certain parts. Or, you know, you could probably do that subconsciously. Hey, you know what? It's probably a good thing I'm always thinking about music or something in my head, because then I'm setting my own beat, right? That way it's a lot harder for them to beat me in a way, you know? Beat me into what? Submission in a way? Oh boy. Puns galore. Well, I don't know how many I actually counted in here. Count? You mean how many is going to be counted? As if I'm counting them live. Alright. So then, let's say all these different tempos in the show, let's say it induces health problems because depending on what vibration you're on, your body will operate differently, and that could lead to problems. And then when you have problems, then you can start remembering all those advertisements you saw on the TV telling you about, hey, guess what? You got this problem? Come take this. So yeah, how about that? How fucking about that? Time compress the shows to have more advertisement time. The advertisements have stuff about, oh yeah, you got this problem, come and get this pill. And yeah, the tempos of the show and the BPS, the states of mind that could be induced by it, could lead to health problems, which leads back to the advertisements telling you to get something. So yeah, I have not watched too much of Joe Imbriano, so I don't know if he's covered this topic or not. But hey, I don't want to get into the thing of, oh well, yeah, somebody's talked about this, so I shouldn't know. I should still talk about it anyway. It's like, oh yeah, everybody's going to vote for Chris Daughtry, so I'm not going to. Yeah, well, then what happens with that is that then too many people think like that, and then he doesn't get so many votes. Yeah. Anyway, this is Erwin Yo, also known as Sam Lambert. Love you guys. Oh, hey, screensaver, how are you doing? I guess I'll see you all around another time, and, yep, take care. Bye-bye. Dun 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 dun.